What's up, peeps? We're going to talk strops and just the different leathers, how they act, how they react. You know, how they, whatever, how they draw. And draw, let me just touch on draw. Draw is when you're stropping, how fast, how it grabs. Like when you're running the razor over the leather, like this. This is a black latigo. We got black latigo, okay? Black latigo strop. This one's got the pressed thick cotton. Pressed cotton. I really like that, actually, that material. For I can't find it anywhere else. It's the only one I got. But black latigo is, it's a very slow leather. It's got a lot of, it's heavy draw. Very heavy draw. The heaviest draw that I have, I don't know of anything else that's got more of a, you know, a heavier draw, you know, more grabby, a little slower. I mean, don't get me wrong, you could still go at a good pace, but it's grabbing. It feels like it's actually doing something. It feels like it's doing a lot. Even though I see zero difference in any of these leathers when it comes down to performance. Like at the end of the day, when you're done stropping, I see nothing. I see no difference. But with the black latigo, it's heavy on the draw. In other words, when you're stropping, you're going back and forth. You know, it's grabby. It's got, you know, whatever. It's got draw. It's got a heavy draw, okay? Then I would say, which I'm really liking this strop. I kind of customized this one. Oh, and I should mention Nick Madamba, who has an Etsy store. I'll put the link in the bottom. It's called ShavingInnovations, and it's in Etsy. I'll put the link. But one side, I have, this is water buffalo on this side, which I like a lot. I like this water buffalo a lot. It's not, doesn't have as much draw as the black latigo. It's one step down. It's really thick. It's got a nice, just a nice feel, really thick, just nice. And then on this side, I got kangaroo. This is his water buffalo and his kangaroo. It's not, the kangaroo isn't as nice as my, it's nice, don't get me wrong. I'm just, you know, this, I think this company's out of business. This was my first kangaroo. This is SRW. And this, right from Australia, this was wild kangaroo. And if I told you how many laps that's on this leather, it's unbelievable. I have no idea. And it's still fine. But the wild kangaroo, it has a really nice feel. Now this kangaroo, you got your black latigo, then that water buffalo, then I would say kangaroo for draw, like heavy draw, little less. You know, now we're like, it's like in the medium. It's like kangaroo is like medium draw. Latigo is heavy draw. That water buffalo just a notch below black latigo. This is a nice material too, this cloth. Even though I very, very rarely use cloth, or I very, very, very rarely. I just do all leather. So anyway, you got your black latigo, water buffalo, kangaroo. Then I have this. I took off. This was a. This is English bridle. This is pretty quick. This is next down below kangaroo. Okay, English bridle. It's pretty fast. I don't have this set up. I've used it for years. It's pretty fast, but it's not as fast as horse. Okay, but that's the next thing down. English bridle. And then I have, well, let me show you this one first. This was, Gonzo sent me this. I have no idea. He don't even know what kind of leather it is. They're actually nice. They're very nice. They're right around like, they feel like kangaroo. I mean, this one This one's a little quicker. This one feels very similar to kangaroo, but it's not kangaroo, obviously. It's just a piece of white leather. And it's actually got a nice draw. I really like this one. I like that white one. You can hit up Gonzo. I don't think Gonzo has a site or anything like that. But then I have my horse hides. This particular one is from Nick, from the Shaving Innovations. Very fast. These are extremely fast, really thick, very, very fast draw. It's almost like you're stropping on glass. It's like, well, this one is. I'll get to this one. This one's not as, this is probably the slowest of the horse, but still lightning fast. This thing, I mean, you hammer on horse. It's the Cadillac, just really, really fast draw. That one's Nick's. Then I just acquired, this is Griffith. This is Griffith Norween horse butt. This thing is like glass too. I mean, super fast. This is actually a nice material as well. I get some nice cloth materials. I just don't use it that often. I go all leather. But this is Griffith Shaving Goods. This is their horse butt. Norween horse butt. Lightning. Just, I mean, if you like stropping fast, if you like going really, really fast stropping, get horse. Okay, that's Griffith. And then I have my Cadillac of Cadillacs. Here's my Kanayama. Ton of laps on this thing too. I mean, the most though I'd say is my kangaroo. Kangaroo and the latigo, black latigo, both of them. But this is my Cadillac. This is 80,000. Kanayama 80,000. And it's really thick, but so fast. I mean, the draw is like lightning. It's almost like the razor is it's just seriously, it's like gliding over friggin' glass. Really, really fast draw. But I'd have to say, right now, I'm liking this strop. I really am. I'm like, because I got both leathers on here. I got the water buffalo kangaroo on the other side. Kangaroo water buffalo. I'm really liking that. So I got one that's pretty quick. This one's a little more grabby. I personally like something with a little grab, but like, seriously, you know how many laps are on this kangaroo from SRW? I'm telling you, I have no idea. Millions over the years, because I've had this strop for a long time, and I actually treated it a little bit with some neat's foot oil at one time. I had to. I was burning out this side, And actually, what I've noticed, I started using a little bit of the beard oil. It's good for your skin. It's good for your, good for your beard and stuff. It can't hurt leather, and it hasn't. But I put a little bit of, it's kind of very similar to the neat's foot oil. They say use neat's foot oil. I didn't have any, so I used a little bit of the beard oil. To be honest with you, you don't need to put any oil until, the leather's you feel like the leather's starting to burn, like get just toast, dry out a little bit maybe. Or if you want to slow up the leather just a little bit, put a little neat's foot oil. You could do that. I've also used Mitchell's wool fat. I whipped up a lather of Mitchell's wool fat and put it on the strop, let it sit for 5 minutes, then wipe it off, let it, dry overnight. And that will give a leather a little bit more a little bit more draw, Just moisten the leather a little bit, and then let it dry. It just gives, moisturizes the leather just a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on different leathers, the draw, my favorites, what I use. But this kangaroo, I'm telling you, there's got to be a million friggin' laps on this thing. or close to it. Hundreds of thousands, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of laps on this friggin' leather. I mean, look at it. It's beat up. It is, but it's still nice. Like I said, I put a little oil, and that looks rough, but it's not. It's still just as smooth as the rest of it. It's just, that top coat started wearing. I put a little oil, and it's smooth. It's still fine. Still a great strop. Yeah. But anyway, that's my strops. That's what I wanted to touch on as far as leathers and drawers. Again, I like a heavier draw now. At one point, I was cranking out on that Kanayama. It just, with a really fast strop like that, it just because it's not grabbing, it just doesn't, and it doesn't do anything performance, but it just feels like it's not doing anything. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? If something's not grabbing and not doing anything, mentally you think, oh, that's not doing it. Because then you got one like this, which got a heavy draw and it's grabbing a little bit. Because I don't strop 1,000,000 miles an hour. I showed you. Go watch my videos. That's how I strop. I don't strop 1,000,000,000,000 miles an hour. I try to do, strop properly and make sure that both sides are on that leather, equal with the spine. I just try to strop good, make sure I'm getting good laps, not just fast laps, just to look cool. You know what I mean? I'm about performance, I could care less about looking good shit. You know what I mean? If it performs good, I'm good. That's why I don't like custom razors. They're a little bit of a pain in the ass to hone. And for what? Just to say, look at my big giant custom razor. Look what I use a battle. I'm just not I'd rather have performance. That's why 6/8, 7/8. That's my thing. Now, if you like customs, whatever. That's God bless you. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? Again, I like a little bit of a draw, something that feels like it's grabbing. Because again, I don't go 1,000,000 miles an hour. I'd rather do, 100 or whatever, 50, 60 quality. Really quality stropping laps than 1,000,000,000,000 miles an hour and not knowing if that spine and edge are actually even on the leather. You know what I mean? All right, that's it. That's all I wanted to touch on. We went like a turquoisey color for this. All right, emails. Email, like, share, subscribe. Email, thank you for watching. All right, you guys have a good one. Gotta run. Adios, amigos.